The Mountain Between Us was directed by Hani Abu Assad and stars Idris Elba and Kate Winslet and a dog. And it's about a surgeon and a journalist who get into an unfortunate plane crash.
And hijinks ensue.
In the middle of a mountain between us, and they have to survive for a while.
So first question, why is it called The Mountain Between Us?
It doesn't, well, it's between them and society, I guess. There's no mountain between them. They both crash in the same... place. There's no mountain between them. But Kielan, you wanna I don't know.
Okay, so
let's talk about the bad.
Hold on.
We're gonna start the good. There's actually a lot of it's very mixed.
We've broken. No, it shouldn't be.
Well,
we've broken down the review as always into 3 parts: the good, the bad, and the meh. And we're going to start with the positive because, as always, this is positive space until it isn't.
Yeah.
So what is good about this movie?
I'll go through some stuff because we wrote some stuff down while in line. Idris Elba, I think, is just good in general, except for probably Dark Tower, but we didn't see that. So, like, he's just a nice, good presence on screen, and I thought he was good in the movie for, like, 90% of it. And, yeah.
I mean, his character maybe not so much, but, like, his acting, sure.
Yeah.
His character was just kind of there to be like, both
of them were just kind of there.
No, on the surgeon.
Idris Elba's character was, I'm going to help you. Oh, I wish you weren't here. I'm going to help you. I wish you weren't here. You want me to go? I have to go back. I wish you weren't here. I'm going to help you. And now we're done.
Yeah. I think the entire plot...
Wait. We're not in the bad yet.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
It's hard not to slip into it.
The entire plot. Okay, so this isn't really the fault of the movie, but some of the shots were good because mountains are beautiful, just kind of because they are, like, they're pretty... It was, like, there were a lot of shots of them kind of hiking along a mountain and snowbanks and stuff, and it does look really cool because just the way that mountains look, and I guess the camera people turned some knobs so that it doesn't look, it's not like super overexposed and stuff, but like I thought that there were a couple shots that were pretty cool, and that I was like, oh, that's cool, that's good to look at.
That's good for me.
The entire movie looked kind of like a Mac stock background.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so it's good.
Except for the last 30 minutes.
No.
Okay. It couldn't have been 30 minutes. The movie is 104 minutes. It just felt like 30 minutes. We'll get to that.
Wait, the movie's that short?
Yeah.
And I
fell asleep like 10 times.
Like that movie was like 4 hours.
I know, right?
I know. Because things just happen. Okay, we're going to get to this.
I couldn't fall asleep.
We're almost done.
I wanted to fall asleep so badly.
I was fogging up my glasses and then watching them unfog slowly.
I stuck my Coke bottle in front of my eyes so I could just watch it through it, like the new filter.
At a certain point, I also started moving my glasses forward and backwards to make the screen bigger and smaller.
As you may be able to tell, it's not very good.
At one point, I just started testing my vision by seeing how many details I could see on their faces during the close-ups.
At one point, I was just predicting everything to come to see how smart I was, and then...
Okay, so, sorry, well shot overall. Like, the cinematography was overall pretty good. And there was one scene in particular, which was kind of a one-shot. I'm sure it wasn't a one-shot. I'm sure they switched it, faked it a couple times, but it was a scene where Idris Elba and Kate Winslet are on a plane, and it's until, like, it's in the trailer, yeah. The plane crashes. That's the entire point of the story.
We literally said it in the opening.
Yeah, but it's from basically the plane kind of maybe like half an hour into their journey. It's about like a 5-minute scene, and it's all the way till they crash, and it's pretty well done, and it's like the best scene in the movie.
I think it's pretty good, but and then when they're crashing, but then it doesn't really. It looks like they're just. The thing they're in isn't actually shaking or anything. They're just like acting like they're
shaking. I compared it to
like pressing himself up against the wall and whatever.
Star Trek original series. Whenever the bridge shakes, all the actors just go like and they kind of stumble around a little bit.
And it was weird because Kate Winslet. The way she was yelling, it was almost like she was yelling stage directions. She was like, "Oh, we're going down! Ah,
Cap!"
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no like. Yeah.
It looked bad.
It's bad. Well, we're on to the meh. Good job, everyone. We made it. One thing in the meh.
That was hard.
Kate Winslet.
I already started fogging up my glasses again.
She's fine. She's not bad, but like, her character's dumb. But I guess she's a good actor. So.
And now time for.
Why did they make her American? Was that necessary?
No, it wasn't. No. At least they made Idris Elba not American.
Yeah. I mean, like, she did an okay job with the accent. That wasn't an issue.
I guess they would have been like, it's not going to connect with American audiences if we make them both British.
What do Canadian audiences think about that, huh?
Yeah, well,
Huh?
we don't have British
yeah,
accents.
Bitch.
the people of America. When
Jesus,
people
we're
make
advertiser friendly.
movies, they don't say, oh, we gotta make this movie.
Can we cut that
friendly
out?
for Canada?
You can cut it out.
because
No.
No one cares about Canada when there's 100,000 million people in. Anyway, time for the bad.
Okay, let's
It's
go.
a bad movie. Let's
It
talk
is.
about the plot. The plot.
What plot?
Jack, do a summary.
Okay, here's the plot.
Not a
summary.
synopsis.
Can this be spoilers?
No,
Yes.
no, because
Okay.
the movie's out in like a month.
Okay. No spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers. But I assume you know how it's gonna go down anyway. So I don't really. Plane crashes. Man and woman there.
They are together.
They are together there, but then they're not together. But then they together again.
Let me ask the audience a
Then,
question. Have you read Hatchet? You've seen this movie.
Let me ask the audience a question. Have you seen a movie? Then you've seen this movie.
Okay.
Anyway,
okay.
Anyway, it seems like this movie had no motivation to be made. Like,
Yeah.
so usually there's a story someone really wants to get made, or like, I don't know.
Well, the story of this movie is two people crash in some mountains and they don't have any lifeline to society and they need to find their way back to society. And I bet that got greenlit and then they sat down to write it and they were like,
We don't know.
oh,
what to do.
there's...
We don't. Know
Oh,
what to do.
what else? Yeah, it's very shallow. Like, the
Yeah.
entire plot is very just surface level and doesn't really go any deeper.
Another thing that's bad about this movie is that they try to make it like, I don't know, intense at some points.
Doesn't
but
work.
There's no stakes.
Yeah.
And I kept saying that, no stakes.
And also,
It's just.
I'd like to say something. Nobody gets hurt
Yeah.
ever. Like, Idris Elba, there's a bit where Idris Elba wakes up after the plane crash, and he's like, he's grunting a little bit, and he lifts up his shirt, and there's like a couple cuts, and that's it. That's the entire amount of damage. Like, he didn't get a concussion.
And
or
then the
anything.
first thing he says is like makes a joke about the dog being still alive. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you still here? It's like you were in
That dog. Okay.
I wrote "dog is God." Kielan got really mad at the dog.
Okay. The dog is so stupid. It's like Scooby-Doo. It belongs in a cartoon. It reacts to what they're saying to it. Like, they'll make a flippant offhand joke, and the dog will go like, whoa, and the audience will go, oh, because it's a dog. It's
Jesus.
cheap laughs. It's cheap cuteness. It's stupid. It makes no sense.
And the dog
Get out of here.
You see the dog eat once through the entire movie, and they say it's like over that. I'll just say that they're in the wilderness for a couple of weeks.
Felt like years.
Yeah, they were in the wilderness for a decade, and the dog didn't eat. The dog was perfectly healthy throughout the entire thing. Like, food is really never an issue. It feels like one of those.
Wait, you just kind of spoiled it. They were there for a week.
No, they were there for more than a week.
Probably more.
Like, well,
We don't know what happens at the end, though,
They were
do
there
we?
forever. No.
Yeah, let's just say this. About the end, it was too long.
It was super boring.
You know what's gonna happen because this is the most predictable movie ever. It just goes through the motions, and the ending bit, the epilogue, is the longest thing. It is so.
And it's boring.
And
You know what's gonna happen.
because the interesting
There's no
part of the
emotional
movie was
payoff.
that they were in like a kind of interesting environment.
No one cared about the characters.
It's only
Yeah,
until
exactly.
the very final shot that the thing you know is gonna happen.
Also, the
actually
final
happens.
shot is like, okay, we did a thing called Disaster Piece Theater a while ago with Noah, our friend Noah.
We want to get back into that.
And he he volunteered at a film camp for the last bit of the summer, and the last shot of this crap movie he told us about was exactly the same as the last shot of this movie.
What was it?
Was it this movie he saw?
I'll tell
Was
you
it the
after.
same? Okay.
I'll tell you after. But that's sad because it was for like 10 to 12. It was just like the most easy ending, and it was terrible.
Yeah. The one thing I give them kudos for is the way they edited the last shot. That was, at least that's more unique than a lot of films going this direction go. Like, a lot of them will not cut where they did, and they'll go for like the huge moment at the end. I'm not going to spoil what I'm talking about. But, like, a lot of films will do that, but at least they had
When
at least
when
they
a
had the
plane
balls
crashes
to just
into
cut
both
it.
of them.
At least they had the balls to just cut it before the blood hit the screen. You know?
In a lot of rom-coms, the plane just crashes into him, and you see all the blood and guts.
Yeah, I love that part.
It's really tasteful. Anyway,
Kate Winslet is an idiot.
Yeah. Okay, here's the plot of this movie. They crash.
I mean, I'm not sure about her herself.
Yeah, they crash, and then and then Idris Elba, because he's a smart man, says we should wait here because
shelter.
Because people will know where we are, because a plane that was scheduled wouldn't have come to its destination, and they would say
no, because they didn't file a flight plan.
Oh, okay, whatever. Well, there's
a
crashed plane.
Point.
There's a crashed plane. And she's like, no, if we stay here, we'll die. And he's like, oh no, we gotta stay here. And then she just leaves. And he's like, and then he wakes up the next morning and he's like, dude, what the hell? And then he just, after a couple of days, he just leaves as well because he.
I don't think it's a couple of days.
For sure, it's the same day.
Oh, after a couple hours, and then later. They've set up camp, and she sees something, and she's like, "We gotta go." And he's like, "Okay." It's just they go somewhere, they stop. They go somewhere, they stop. They go somewhere, they stop. They go somewhere, they stop.
And we will not spoil the end for you.
Also, the opening was very rushed. You didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't establish the characters at all. They just kind of threw them into a situation.
No stakes.
Yeah.
No stakes.
Because we don't care about the characters. The characters are superfluous. They're dad. Yeah. They're dad? Okay, they're bad.
Anyway.
They're also dad.
The mountain between us.
We've been talking about this for far too long. Let's end this.
It's really bad. It's the worst movie we saw at TIFF.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a TIFF review.
Yay.
Subscribe.
Let's give it a rating.
Let's give it our rating. Yeah, this one deserves a whopping 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it wasn't all bad. Could you say that a little louder?
4.5 out of 10.
Okay. It wasn't all bad, but it was pretty bad. And on our contentiousness scale, we're giving this a video. Ouch.
Ouch.
Take that.
You deserve it.
Hanny.
Take it.
Take it.
Okay. Let's just wrap this up. Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. If you want to watch more videos, you can click on the left. There'll be a playlist. If you want to watch last review, click on the right. I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be something. And if you want to subscribe, you can either go click it down below, turn on those notifications, notification squad. Oh, no. I know. What did I just do? Or you can click right here to get stuff. Bye.